Cash Nation, let's talk MCU. Spider-Man star Jacob Batalon says he's waiting on the call in hopes of returning for Spider-Man 4. Anyone who's worked for Marvel knows that you kind of just wait for the call. Let's wait and see. Will he come back for Spider-Man 4? We'll find out. Chris Hemsworth says he still can't forgive himself after Thor: Love and Thunder. I got caught up in the improv and the wackiness. I became a parody of myself. I didn't see the landing. Y'all know, but we do forgive you, Chris. No worries. Robert Downey Jr. calls Chris Hemsworth's work as Thor in Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame a formidable hat trick. Best performances, just my thoughts. Chris Hemsworth says he became frustrated with how Thor felt replaceable and like a security guard for the Avengers. I would read everyone's lines and go, ooh, they got cooler stuff. They're having more fun. What's my character doing? It was always, you got the wig on, you got the muscles, you got the costume. Yeah, I'm part of this big thing, but I'm probably pretty replaceable. I hate that he feels that way. Hopefully when he does come back in the future, they'll give him something better to work with. Chris Hemsworth is, in my opinion, the most complex psych out of all of us Avengers. He's got wit and gravitas, while also such restraint, fire, and gentleness. Robert Downey Jr. praises Chris Hemsworth's MCU performance as Thor. I completely agree. I love Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I mean, no one else could be him. This RDJ can't be replaceable as Iron Man. Neither can Chris Hemsworth be replaceable as Thor. Hugh Jackman says wearing the comic Wolverine suit felt so right. I was like, how do we never do this? It looks so right. Well, I'll tell you why they never did it, because the director never let them. That's why. It really revealed that Bryan Singer wanted to wear the black suits. The X-Men movies, the cast weren't allowed to read the comic books either, which is kind of dumb. Kevin Feige advised Hugh Jackman against returning as Wolverine. I said, don't come back. You had the greatest ending in history with Logan. That's not something we should undo. I agree, but at the same time, let's be honest. We all miss Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. No one else could play him. Just saying. Paul Walter Hauser has been cast in Fantastic Four in an unknown role. Herbie. We all know it's Herbie. Let's just be honest. Ryan Reynolds says one idea he had for Deadpool 3 was to make it almost like a Sundance film with a budget of under $10 million. It was sort of using IP in a way that they previously hadn't used. Honestly, I'd be down to see that. What y'all think? First look at Captain America's new suit in Captain America Brave New World. And FYI, the person who's been leaking this just got subpoenaed from Marvel, so that's that. Here you go. I personally prefer the suit from the show, but this looks fine as well. Giancarlo Esposito reveals he has been cast in the MCU. The role will not be one fans have theorized in the past. Who could it be? I'll blow your thoughts. Kevin Feige says he's comfortable with the MCU being the underdog again. I prefer being able to surprise and exceed expectations. You'd have to live under a rock not to know that the last few Marvel films have failed to unite the world in a way that so many did, adds Sean Levy. Hey, sounds good to me. Less the better. Creator of X-Men 97, Bo DeMeo, on the new suits in episode 9. Our job was to shepherd the characters, not put our mark on them for the sake of ego. Go too far, pushing your vision that the characters cease to be themselves. Don't go far enough, you're just playing karaoke with the comics. I haven't watched the show, period. From what they look like, they look cool and awesome and dope. What are your thoughts on what you think? Kevin Feige says there will be original references to Logan and Deadpool Wolverine. If I had to guess, they probably reference the events that took place with Logan, maybe also his daughter as well. Let's wait and see. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, when asked if Deadpool and Wolverine will return for MCU projects. Ryan, I'm very nervous talking to you. Hugh, I've never been so scared of what's coming out of my mouth. Gotta love these two. John Malkovich has been cast in Fantastic Four, an unknown role. I had no idea who he could be playing. What do you think? Comment your thoughts. Ralph Ineson has been cast as Galactus in Fantastic Four. Cool. Don't know his work. I know you played in the Guardians of the Galaxy as a small character, but cool. What do you think? The MCU's X-Men movie is close to hiring a writer with finalists including Rafe Jukins, The Wheel of Time, Michael Leslie, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Wheel of Time, not a good show to watch, personally speaking, but The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I can't say anything about because I didn't watch the film. Let me know what you think. Fantastic Four will begin filming at the end of July. Deadpool is off limits to be used in X-Men 97, it says Bo DeMeo. I wonder why that is. John Watts gives advice to whoever is directing Spider-Man 4. It doesn't look good when someone is just swinging in a rope. You think you're going to go in there. You're like, we're going to do a practical. It's boring. It looks dumb. Disagree. Just saying. What y'all think? Chris Hemsworth says it feels harsh seeing major directors make negative comments about MCU movies. Those guys had films that didn't work too. We all have. Talked about what was wrong with superheroes. I thought, cool, tell that to the billions who watched them. Were they all wrong? I gotta say I agree. I mean, I understand what people think the way they do about the MCU films or the DC or Sony films, but at the end of the day, if it makes money, people love them, it's for a reason. Chris Hemsworth says he gets annoyed by actors who star in a Marvel movie and then bash the MCU afterwards. It's like their films that are successful put me in one. Oh, mine didn't work. I'll bash them. Look, I grew up in soap opera, and it used to bother me when actors would later talk about the show with guilt or shame. Humility goes a long way. I agree. Just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean it was a bad project. Sometimes it didn't work for the audience. Sometimes it just wasn't meant to be.